What's up guys, it is I, once again, Mr. Gamer 990, and today guys and gals, I want to talk about and review the 2018 released third-person action-adventure game God of War, which is the fourth installment in the God of War series, developed by Santa Monica Studio, published by Sony Entertainment, directed by Cory Balrog, and this fourth installment in the God of War series follows the character of Kratos and his young son Atreus. Atreus, who came from the womb of Kratos' beloved wife, her name of which was Faye, even though Kratos addressed her as Faye. Faye had sadly passed away because of some illness or because of some natural matters or circumstances, and Kratos and Atreus are left on their own to fend for themselves and to scatter the ashes of their beloved Faye, Kratos' beloved wife, and Atreus' beloved mother over the hills of this place, which yours truly cannot pronounce the name to. It's most likely one of the 6 realms, or rather one of the 9 realms, 6 of which is present in this game: Jötunheim, Nilfheim, Alfheim, Helheim, among the many realms present in this game, 6 of which is present, and the other 3 realms, I don't know why they aren't present in this game or why they're not made available, probably because Odin, the king of the gods of Norse mythology, has banned these areas, thus preventing Kratos from entering them alongside his beloved son Atreus. God of War takes place many years after the events of God of War 3 and the whole trilogy in general, after Kratos has achieved his revenge against his father Zeus and all the Olympian gods. Zeus, who was both his father and the king of the Olympian gods, he achieved his revenge in what was a long, grueling, bloody, violent quest for revenge against the Olympian god, including his beloved father Zeus. And despite achieving his revenge, his long-awaited revenge, Kratos is empty, damaged, and a huge gap in his heart has not been filled because Kratos has achieved nothing through attaining revenge and has only widened the gap in his heart, this huge gap which has not been filled. Kratos has found some form of happiness in the form of Faye, otherwise known as Faye, his beloved wife, who sadly passed away after she gave birth to a young boy, a young, beautiful, brave boy, very much like Kratos, who has his father's strength, his father's guts, but also his mother's spirit and his mother's heart. This young boy, Atreus, is so awesome and so cool, guys and gals, and in my personal opinion, he is far superior to Ellie from The Last of Us, because where yours truly loves Joel over Ellie from The Last of Us, I love Atreus over Kratos in this game, because Atreus feels so real, so authentic, the way children would be, far more than Ellie, because Ellie kept spouting out bullshit lines and so many cuss languages, which was so annoying and so unchildlike, but Atreus on the other hand feels so real, feels so natural, and yours truly will go far as to say this is the most authentic child ever portrayed in video game, and that's coming from someone who is an avid gamer and someone who also appreciates good storytelling, good tales told in video games, movies, television, anime, novels, etc. The journey of both Kratos and his beloved son Atreus begins in God of War when this Norse god, a god who is the son of Freya, who is a goddess of Germanic mythology, and Baldur is basically a god who cannot feel, and when Baldur stumbles upon Kratos' home, asking Kratos to reveal himself and to give him what he wants is for you guys and gals to find out for yourselves, and Baldur and Kratos have this big brawl, a big epic brawl over his home, and this fight, guys and gals, was far more realistic and far more epic and definitely a lot more impactful than the fights in God of War, the original trilogy, because once again, guys and gals, yours truly is not a fan of the original God of War, even though I have made a review on all 3 games, everything of which I debunked what I said in that video, because this game, guys and gals, is in a whole other level of greatness and is far superior to the original God of War trilogy, and this game follows the journey of both Kratos and Atreus after Kratos has dealt with Baldur for the time being, and the two of them set off to begin their journey to scatter the ashes of Faye, Kratos' beloved wife and Atreus' beloved mother, over the mountain in Jötunheim, while also dealing with many mystical creatures, enemies, and Norse god, all of which is for you guys and gals once more to find out for yourselves and to experience for yourselves. This game is so awesome, so cool, and while not completely perfect and not free of flaws, this game is so fucking epic. And this game, guys and gals, above all else, has one of the best tales, one of the best forms of storytelling in which everything is consistent, everything makes sense over the grand scheme of things, especially when set in Norse mythology, which is a huge transition from the Greek mythology of the previous trilogy. And this game, guys and gals, shows a far more human, a far more damaged, and a man in Kratos who has suffered through so much, achieved nothing through revenge, only feels shame, emptiness, and Kratos is but a shell of himself, his former self. But Kratos also learns to open up to people, to human beings, most definitely to Faye, his beloved late great Faye, and of course his son Atreus, both of who are mourning the loss of their beloved woman, their beloved mother, and beloved wife Faye in their own unique ways. Kratos is far more silent, far more subdued, and far more logical, because someone has to be in their journey because of the obstacles and hardships they have to endure, while Atreus is very emotional and very distressed, and someone who is very distant from his father, or rather Kratos is distant from his son Atreus, and Atreus does want to connect with him, but Kratos has never been there his whole life, because Kratos was usually out hunting and usually trying to cover his tracks, because even though the Olympian gods are dead, the Norse gods still know that Kratos is out there. The ghost of Sparta and slayer of the Olympian gods still lingers in the land of Midgard. Midgard, which is the central hub of this game, the central area in which you play as Kratos, who is accompanied by his beloved son Atreus, as you venture through the land of Midgard and the 6 realms of the 9 realms. The action, the visual effects, the spectacle, the epic feel of this game, the setting, the atmosphere, the story, my god, the story, guys and gals, all of it is so good, so well handled, and the tale of both Kratos and Atreus as they venture through the land, through Midgard, through the 6 realms, to scatter the ashes of their beloved Faye. It's so beautiful, so heartwarming, and their relationship, guys and gals, is the heart and soul of this game, God of War. And Kratos' journey is no longer a path of revenge, but rather a path of redemption, which is yet to continue, because this game is but the first chapter in a new trilogy, the next 2 chapters of which has yet to be confirmed if development is going to happen. Yours truly desires to see the next 2 chapters of Kratos and Atreus as they venture to whatever lands that awaits them, whatever realms, and their relationship continues to grow as Atreus takes on his father's mantle as the new god, as the new protagonist of the story, his story, and no longer his father, even though this story is very much a journey of Kratos to achieving redemption. Redemption he desperately needs after what he's done to the Olympian gods and the innocent bloods he spilled. God of War has 2 main weapons in Kratos' arsenal. Those 2 weapons are the Leviathan axe and the Chaos blades, both of which are utilized so well by the players, us, as we battle multiple enemies and multiple mystical creatures that awaits us in our journey as Kratos and Atreus. While yours truly does love The Last of Us to no end, this game is far superior in terms of the relationship between both Kratos and Atreus, as opposed to the relationship between Joel and Ellie. While strong, while very enduring and very powerful, it has nothing on this relationship, mainly because Ellie, for me personally, did not work as a child, because Ellie feels so unnatural. She uses so many cuss languages, and she often acts tough for the sake of acting tough, or to show a tougher exterior to her, even though Ellie is still a child, regardless of the setting she is in. And Atreus feels so real to me, because once again, guys and gals, whether you are a man or you are a woman, Atreus feels like a young boy who we could have as our son. And Atreus, guys and gals, is so awesome. Though yours truly does love Kratos and does love this new Kratos, who is far more human, far more damaged, and not the psychopath who was in the original trilogy. This Kratos feels so real and definitely feels like a father who is trying to raise his son the right way, even though he himself needs guidance. And without his beloved Faye next to him and Atreus, it becomes a hardship for both of them. Though Kratos and Atreus together work as a team, help each other grow, help each other evolve as people, not as gods, not as inhuman monsters, but as people who do love each other, a father and son whose relationship is very relatable, especially to men and young boys who are father and sons. And this game, guys and gals, yours truly does recommend you guys and gals play. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe if you wish, and do check out my other channel where I talk about movies, anime, television, etc. Until next time, peace out, take care, adios, amigos, au revoir, and sayonara.